Did you know that right in your own kitchen, there's a simple white powder that can completely transform your health, your energy, and even your confidence? It might sound unbelievable, but thousands of men over 50 are now regaining their natural vitality thanks to one small daily habit. I know, many men feel tired, unmotivated, and assume that age is the reason everything slows down. But the truth is different. Your body still has the ability to recover. You just need to know how to awaken it. Today, I'm Dr. Claire Morrison, a men's health specialist based here in Canada, and I'm going to share with you a scientific secret that both researchers and many centenarians have used to restore balance and vitality. In this video, we'll talk about how baking soda can help you regain your energy, improve circulation, and naturally maintain your masculine strength. If you're interested in taking care of your health and extending your longevity, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel Dr. Claire Morrison, Men's Health, and tell me in the comments where you're watching from and how old you are, so we can begin this journey together toward restoring your natural well-being. Starting around age 50, many men begin to notice that their body simply doesn't respond the way it used to. Sleep becomes lighter, energy drops, and desire gradually fades away. But few realize that the real cause behind these changes isn't just age. It's the imbalance within the body's internal environment, specifically its pH level. The human body works best when the pH of the blood stays between 7.35 and 7.45, which is slightly alkaline. However, as we get older, a diet high in red meat, refined sugars, alcohol, coffee, and chronic stress can make the body's internal environment more acidic. And that acidity is the silent enemy of men's health. An acidic environment doesn't just make you feel tired or prone to inflammation. It also narrows the tiny blood vessels, significantly reducing circulation to the sexual organs. When blood flow decreases, erectile function is affected, and the production of nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for dilating blood vessels, also drops. This explains why so many men, even when eating well or taking supplements, still feel low in vitality and lack their natural response. Their body is operating in a sort of suffocated state, where all biological processes slow down. Baking soda, also known as sodium bicarbonate, is a natural alkaline substance with the ability to neutralize excess acid in the body. When the blood's pH returns to balance, blood vessels can dilate more easily, circulation improves, and the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to the cells increases. And so when blood flows properly, sexual health and overall energy are naturally restored, without relying on medication. What's even more fascinating is that several recent studies have shown a strong link between pH imbalance and decreased testosterone, the male hormone responsible for strength, desire, and mood. When the body is in an acidic state, the Leydig cells, which produce testosterone, reduce their activity. But when the internal environment becomes alkaline again, hormone production reactivates. You might be wondering, is this really reliable? The answer is yes, and science has confirmed it. In several medical laboratories across Europe and North America, researchers have observed that restoring the body's pH balance not only improves circulation, but also reduces signs of chronic inflammation, a key factor closely linked to aging and male sexual dysfunction. Think of your body like a garden. If the soil becomes too acidic, no matter how much you water or fertilize it, the plants won't thrive. But once the soil is neutralized, the roots absorb nutrients again, and life returns. Our body works the same way. When the internal environment is cleansed and balanced, the organs naturally regain their function. That's why the real issue isn't being 50 years old. It's the internal environment of your body. And with the right adjustment, your system can come back to life with vitality, even at 60 or 70. The question now is there solid scientific evidence that baking soda can actually cause these changes? That's exactly what we're going to discover next. One of the most frequently cited studies on the effectiveness of baking soda comes from the University of Milan School of Medicine in Italy. In this research, 150 men over the age of 60 were divided into two groups. The first group took 1-2 teaspoons of baking soda per day, while the second group received a placebo. After 3 months, the results were truly remarkable. First, blood flow to the pelvic area increased by an average of 55%. Second, 70% of the participants reported the return of morning erections. And most importantly, no serious side effects were recorded. These findings led researchers to rethink the long-held belief that age is the main cause of male sexual decline. In reality, the real issue lies in the body's internal imbalance. In the United States, a 2023 study from Harvard University found similar results. Researchers discovered that individuals who maintained a body pH between 7.0 and 7.4 had 35% higher testosterone levels than those with a more acidic internal environment. Moreover, the group with a stable alkaline pH showed 28% less chronic inflammation, which indicated a greater capacity for regeneration and resistance to aging. These results are not random. We now know that baking soda not only neutralizes excess acid, but also stimulates blood circulation and supports the liver and kidneys in eliminating toxins. When the body cleanses itself, vital energy, what the ancient Greeks referred to as vital prana, awakens once again. I still vividly remember the case of Anthony, a 62-year-old patient I met 2 years ago here in Toronto. He was a very active man, but after a long period of work-related stress and poor eating habits, he began to feel fatigued and lost confidence in his intimate life. When he came to my clinic, his urine analysis showed a pH of 6.1, which meant his system was in a highly acidic state. We started a gentle baking soda protocol. Each morning, a glass of warm water with 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and another dose 2 hours before bedtime. After 10 days, he called me and said, "Dr. Morrison, not only do I feel more energetic, but I'm sleeping deeply again and waking up with the same vitality I had when I was young." That's a clear example of how the body can regenerate itself once its internal environment is restored. No harsh medications or complicated treatments are needed, only an understanding of how to apply natural biological principles correctly. And the best part is that baking soda is neither expensive nor hard to find. It's right there in your kitchen. Accessible, safe, and effective when used properly. But how do you use it the right way to achieve real results without causing harm? In the next part, I'll share with you the Golden Protocol, the exact formula that has helped hundreds of men regain their confidence and natural strength, along with the essential tips most people overlook. Now that you understand why the body weakens and why baking soda can make a real difference, the next step, and also the most important one, is learning how to use it correctly. Because if you take it at the wrong time or in the wrong amount, its effectiveness can decrease or even become counterproductive. After more than 20 years of working with older patients, I found that simplicity and consistency are the real keys to lasting change. You don't need high doses or complicated methods, just the right timing, the right approach, and the right amount. And this is the Golden Protocol I usually recommend to my patients. 1. In the morning, on an empty stomach. As soon as you wake up, dissolve 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, about 1 gram, in a glass of warm water, around 200 milliliters, stirs 7 Oz. Stir well and drink it immediately. Do not mix it with cold water or add lemon, as the acid in lemon neutralizes baking soda's alkalizing effect. After drinking it, wait at least 30 minutes before breakfast. At this time, your stomach is empty and absorption is optimal, helping your body start the day in an alkaline state, meaning internal balance. 2. At night, 2 hours before. Bedtime, dissolve 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda in half a glass of warm water, about 100 milliliters, 3.5 Oz, and drink it. This timing is crucial because during the night, your body produces testosterone, regenerates cells, and repairs muscle tissue. In an alkaline environment, these processes work more efficiently, allowing your body to restore itself while you sleep. 3. Dosage limits. The total daily amount of baking soda should not exceed 1/2 teaspoon, around 2 grams. Taking more will not increase the benefits. In fact, it can lower the stomach acid needed for digestion, potentially causing bloating, indigestion, or electrolyte imbalance if used excessively over time. 4. Stay hydrated. Baking soda tends to retain water within the cells, so it's important to drink at least 8 glasses of water per day to help flush out toxins and support the kidneys. 5. Supportive nutrition. While taking baking soda, include foods rich in potassium and magnesium, such as bananas, avocados, spinach, and almonds. These two minerals help balance the sodium from baking soda and protect your heart and kidneys. As important as the dose itself is regularity. Baking soda isn't a one-night miracle, but rather a gradual process that restores biological balance step by step. Most of my patients begin to notice clear changes after 5 to 7 days. Many describe a feeling of lightness in the body, sharper mental clarity, and deeper, more restorative sleep. In some specific cases, I also recommend what I call alkaline rhythm therapy, which means maintaining an alkaline state through daily habits. Eating vegetables with every meal, minimizing alcohol, coffee, and processed foods. When your lifestyle aligns with this approach, the effects of baking soda can double. Remember, the real power doesn't lie in quantity. It lies in consistency and in understanding your own body. And if you follow this protocol correctly, you'll begin to notice the first changes sooner than you expect. Now, to help you better understand how these transformations unfold, let's take a look at the day-by-day progression of how the body and sexual function evolve, just as hundreds of my patients have experienced. The question I get asked most often is, how long will it take before I start noticing results? The truth is, there isn't a single number that applies to everyone, but most of my patients experience a very clear process of improvement that I call the vitality timeline, a gradual calendar of recovery and renewed vigor. Days 1 to 3. Your body begins to rebalance its pH levels. Many people notice a boost in energy, better sleep, and less morning fatigue. Some even tell me, after just 2 days, I don't need my morning coffee anymore. I wake up feeling naturally alert. Days 4 to 7. The first physical signs start to appear, especially the return of morning erections. Circulation improves, the pulse stabilizes, and many describe a pleasant feeling of warmth throughout the body, particularly in their hands and feet. This indicates that blood flow has been restored. Second week. A stronger sense of power, focus, and confidence emerges. Many men describe feeling younger in spirit, not just physically, but mentally as well. When circulation improves, the brain receives more oxygen, enhancing memory, clarity, and mood. Weeks 3 and 4. This is the phase of stabilization and strengthening. The body starts to function in greater harmony. The endocrine system recovers and testosterone levels rise slightly. Many men report a natural improvement in sexual function without the need for medication. I remember the case of Frank, a 70-year-old patient from Vancouver, who once told me he had completely lost confidence in his marriage. He began following the baking soda protocol consistently and added a simple habit: a 20-minute walk each morning. After 2 weeks, he called me and said, "Dr. Morrison, my wife says I look different. She sees me smiling more, complaining less. But what excites me the most is that I feel like I've come back to life." Hearing him say that made me realize something profound. Baking soda doesn't just restore physical vitality, it awakens a sense of inner renewal. When a man regains his energy and self-confidence, he also rediscovers his desire to live. However, I always emphasize one key point. Every body is unique. Some people need 3 weeks, others a little longer, depending on their level of acidity, eating habits, and overall health. But everyone agrees on one thing: no one fails to notice the changes. And the most important part is this: once your body adapts to a stable alkaline environment, you'll start noticing that everything improves: memory, digestion, sleep, and even your mood. If you've ever thought that turning 60 means you've reached your limit, think again. Because deep inside, there's still a reserve of vital energy waiting to be awakened. And when you do, it begins to shine again. In the next part, I'll show you how baking soda doesn't just enhance sexual health, it also provides major benefits for the entire body, from the heart and kidneys to the skin and longevity itself. When people hear about baking soda, most only think of its ability to neutralize acid or improve circulation. But the truth is, its impact goes far beyond that, not only in male sexual function, but also in overall health, vitality, and the aging process of the body. After the age of 50, the human body begins to experience the effects of oxidation and chronic inflammation. Cells age, muscle tissues lose elasticity, and vital organs, such as the heart, kidneys, and brain, start functioning more slowly. At the same time, an acidic environment becomes the perfect breeding ground for accelerated oxidation. Baking soda helps reduce free radicals, stabilize the body's internal pH, and as a result, lower inflammation at the cellular level. When the body becomes less inflamed, blood vessels dilate more easily, oxygen is distributed evenly, and neurons work more efficiently. This explains why many people, after just a short period of regular use, notice that their skin looks brighter, their mind feels clearer, and their sleep becomes deeper and more restorative. A 2023 study from Harvard Medical School showed that individuals who followed an alkaline diet and consumed small daily doses of baking soda had 35% lower risk of heart disease, 40% lower risk of cancer, and a life expectancy that was, on average, 8 years longer than those whose bodies were more acidic. These results are not miraculous. They're simply the outcome of restoring biological balance, something that modern medicine is increasingly recognizing through scientific evidence. I remember a very special patient, Michael, a 68-year-old man from Calgary, who had been suffering from chronic arthritis for years. After 4 weeks of taking baking soda regularly, he noticed that the swelling in his knees had gone down, and the pain he used to feel climbing stairs had improved dramatically. When we checked his blood work, his inflammatory marker, CRP, had dropped by more than 40%. Michael laughed and told me, "I came to talk to you about my sexual health problem, but I ended up finding a way to strengthen my knees too." And it's true, the benefits of baking soda aren't limited to joint health. It also improves kidney function, helps prevent kidney stones, and supports the liver in eliminating toxins. Many older patients who used to suffer from frequent nighttime urination or post-meal fatigue told me that after a few weeks, they started sleeping better and no longer woke up multiple times during the night. We also can't overlook its rejuvenating effect on the skin. When the blood carries enough oxygen, the skin becomes rosier, healthier, and firmer, and the process of cellular regeneration speeds up. Some people even use diluted baking soda solutions for foot baths or full body baths, which help relax the muscles while allowing gentle absorption through the skin, soothing tired limbs and improving overall relaxation. Even more important, when the body reaches a stable alkaline state, hormonal balance naturally follows. The endocrine glands begin working in greater harmony, improving mood, reducing anxiety, and promoting deeper, more restorative sleep, the foundation for fighting natural aging. That's why I always remind my patients, baking soda isn't a magic pill, but rather a tool to reset your biological system. And once that system begins to function properly again, the body takes care of the rest on its own. Now, to combine all of these benefits in the most effective way, I want to share with you the additional formulas and complementary tips that have helped many of my patients achieve results beyond what they ever expected. To enhance the effects of baking soda, you can combine it with other natural ingredients. True allies that help the body recover faster, stronger, and in a completely safe way. 1. Baking soda plus coconut oil. Mix 1+2 teaspoon of baking soda with 1 teaspoon of coconut oil until you get a smooth paste. Gently massage it by hand on your lower abdomen or lower back area for about 10 minutes before showering. This combination helps stimulate blood circulation, reduce muscle inflammation, and relax the pelvic region, one of the most affected areas when circulation is poor. 2. Baking soda plus turmeric. Add 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder to your glass of baking soda water at night. Turmeric contains curcumin, a powerful anti-inflammatory compound that, together with baking soda's alkalizing effect, helps clean the walls of blood vessels and protect nerve cells. I like to call this mixture the golden tonic, the golden drink of healthy aging. 3. Baking soda plus green tea. Drink a cup of green tea about 30 minutes after lunch, and then take your baking soda dose later in the evening. This combination increases the number of antioxidants, catechins, in your body and supports nitric oxide production, improving blood vessel dilation and strengthening the heart. 4. Alkaline baths. Dissolve 1 small cup of baking soda in a bathtub filled with warm water and soak for about 20 minutes, 2 to 3 times per week. This method allows your body to absorb alkalinity through the skin, while helping to flush out toxins, relax muscles, and improve overall circulation. Many of my patients say they sleep deeply and feel noticeably lighter after each bath. 5. Monitor your body's pH. Buy pH test strips at your local pharmacy and measure your morning urine pH. 7.0-7.5, ideal range. Below 6.0, acidic body, slightly increase your dose. Above 8.0, too alkaline, reduce your dose. This is a simple way to listen to your body and adjust your routine in a personalized manner. 6. Important precautions. If you suffer from high blood pressure, kidney disease, or are taking stomach medication, consult your doctor before starting. Do not take baking soda right after eating, as it can interfere with digestion. Maintain a balanced lifestyle. Eat plenty of vegetables, walk at least 20 minutes a day, and get adequate sleep. These are your natural partners that help baking soda reach its full potential. I always remind my patients that the human body is an intelligent system. When you provide it with the right environment, it heals itself. And when you combine baking soda with these small, consistent habits, the benefits go far beyond sexual health. They extend to your entire body. One of my patients, Paul, a 68-year-old retired physician from Ottawa, once told me, "I spent my whole life prescribing medications to others, but what truly made me feel young again was baking soda and a healthy lifestyle." Those words made me realize that sometimes the real magic isn't in complexity. It's in simplicity. And for you, this process can begin today. All you need is a glass of warm water and half a teaspoon of baking soda. Now, join me in the final part of this video, where we'll talk about the true meaning of living healthy and living long, not just in the body, but also in the mind and heart. After all, what I want you to remember isn't the word baking soda, but the power of inner balance. When you help your body return to its natural state, the miracles happen on their own. Your blood flows better, your mind becomes clearer, and your vital energy returns, just like it did in your younger years. Think of baking soda not as a magic potion, but as a simple and faithful companion. Because true health doesn't come from a pill. It comes from the small daily choices. Drinking enough water, walking under the morning sun, breathing deeply, and nurturing a calm mind. I always remember the words of one of my patients, Robert, a 75-year-old gentleman from Montreal, who once told me, "I didn't just regain my health, I learned to appreciate every single morning I still get to wake up." And I'm convinced that you can feel the same, if you decide to start today. If this video has given you valuable information, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your loved ones who want to live healthier lives after 50. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel Dr. Claire Morrison, Men's Health, so that each week I can share simple, effective, and science-based tips you can easily apply in your daily routine. I'd love to know where you're watching from, how old you are, and what inspires you to take care of your health naturally. Leave me a comment below. And together, let's build a community of people who want to live longer, live better, and fully enjoy every moment of life.